So I've often had conversations with people about what I believe love to be and what I believe love to mean. So I tell them that I believe like when you truly love somebody, you love that person more than you love yourself. And people look at me crazy, which is understandable because if you hear something like that, it's like, wow, how could I love somebody more than I love me? But at the same time, if you look at it from a different point of view, which is, again, just my opinion, and maybe if I explain it, then you may agree and you still may not agree. But I can say that just even in the on the strength of me becoming a parent, I know that there's a different type of love that you have for your child. So I flip that to the other side. That'll be the same kind of love that you have for your spouse, in the sense that the parameters of loving your child, you would do anything for them. Well, you should do anything for them. I mean, so I put myself in that situation. I have a son, and if a car was about to hit my son, I'd push him out of the way. No thoughts. God forbid someone pulled out a gun on him, pointed it at him. I'm jumping in front of that gun. No thoughts. I mean, even on a smaller scale, if he has a cold, I want that cold so he won't be sick. So my whole thing is for him to always feel better than I feel. My whole thing is for him to never be in harm's way, if at all possible, for me to take him out of that harm's way. So that's what I mean, loving someone more than you love yourself. Now, on the scale of loving a spouse that way, I believe it's the same principle. So I have a wife. I'm not married, but if I have a wife, I would love her that same way. I would love my wife more than I love myself, in the sense that it's the same situation. I placed it in the same situation. If someone was to walk up to her with a gun trying to rob us, if we were out together or something, I would jump in front of that gun. If a car was about to hit her, I would jump in front of that car. I would push her out of the way and get hit so she wouldn't get hit. If she had a cold, I would want to have her cold so she would not be sick. So my whole thing is, you have to love that person more than you love yourself. And those things, those three things that I mentioned in both situations, are actually things that you could control. And those are situations where there's no thought about it. If it was somebody who you didn't really care too much about, and a situation arose where somebody pulled out a gun or that car was coming, you think like, man, do I really want to get shot for him? Do I really want to get shot for her? Man, that car is coming pretty fast. They better get out of the way. But when it's a situation where you love somebody to the point where you love that person, there's no thoughts about it. You're doing everything you can to protect them. You're doing everything you can to make sure they're not in harm's way. You're doing everything you can to show that love and not just tell them. So that's just my opinion on why I say you should love somebody more than you love yourself.